Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for returning if you are a returning customer. Today we're going to be learning sefer Chafetz Chaim, Klal Aleph Sif Beis. I do request from anyone who is watching this video to please subscribe. It helps me spread the word about these videos. Klal Aleph Sif Beis says, Halav Hazeh Shekasabnu, this lav that we spoke about yesterday, this negative commandment from the Torah that we spoke about yesterday, Humash Shekasabnu HaTorah, Beferish Meyuchad L'Isr Zeh Shel Loshon Hora U'Rechilos. This lav b'doraisa is a lav specifically designated to against speaking Loshon Hora or Rechilos. So we said, just like we said yesterday, there is one lav in the Torah straight out, just like any other lav, like eating pig or not stealing. There's a lav designated for Loshon Hora as well. You're not allowed to talk Loshon Hora. That is midoraisa. Avol, he continues, belav hachi, yish od harbe lavin ve'asoyin achirim, shehu over aleihen al yedei sipur hara hazeh. There are many other lavs and assays, that means negative and positive mitzvahs, that you can violate if you speak Lashon Hara. Like we spoke about in the introduction. We did not do the introduction in this video. However, I can give a couple examples of negative commandments that you could be over if you speak Lashon Hara. One of them is Hishamar benega hatzaras lishmar me'od v'lasos. There is a mitzvah midaraisa to make sure to be careful you don't get saras. Now, of course, these days we don't get saras, but it still applies these days because how do you get saras? By talking Lashon Hara. So this mitzvah midaraisa, every time you talk Lashon Hara, you get the commandment. You violate, making sure being careful that you don't get saras. Another one would be lifnei iver lo sitei michshol. When you talk Lashon Hara to someone, and if that person believes what you're saying, you're causing that person to do an avera. There's an avera in the Torah that says you're not supposed to put a quote, a stumbling block before a blind man, and that doesn't mean it. I mean, obviously, it could mean it literally, but it doesn't. That's not what it's also supposed to mean. If you cause someone to do an avera and they don't really know what they're doing, and for example, you tell someone to come over on Shabbos and know they're going to drive. So here too, you're talking Lashon Hara, and you're making them do an avera by listening to your Lashon Hara. An example of a positive commandment would be, let's see, Zachar es asher asa Hashem Elokecha Miriam b'derech. You should remember what Hashem did to Miriam when we left Mitzrayim. Miriam spoke Lashon Hara about Moshe Rabbeinu, and she got saras. And you're supposed to remember that and not talk Lashon Hara. So every time you talk Lashon Hara, you're not remembering that. Or v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You should love your fellow Jew like you love yourself. You're not loving your fellow Jew like you love yourself if you're talking Loshon Hara about him or her. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. It really does help me spread the word about the video, and the more subscribers I get, the more people could watch this and learn Torah with me. Thank you and have a wonderful day.